And whoa, I just forgot like everything that I was gonna say. I must be getting really, really tired. Hey everyone, it's Natalie, also known as Knitty Natty. Welcome to episode 82 of the Love and Stitches podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 29th, 2020, and it's almost the end of the month, which is really exciting. Not for this week, but for next week, because that means I'm gonna have some new cast-ons for the beginning of a new month. So I'm really, really excited. That means I'm in the stages of trying to finish some things up. So I'm gonna be sharing those whips with you today, as well as some like future plans for things. I've been swatching. Well, okay, I just started to swatch like a second ago. Like right before this video, but I'm gonna tell you all about it today. So first of all, it is starting to cool off here in North Texas. Honestly, I feel like this time of the year, it's usually in the 90s, but it's been really cool. Like today, the high was 80, it was super nice. I'm excited because after this, I'm gonna go take a walk and it's like beautiful and sunny, but not super hot, which is great. I love that. I love that weather. So this morning it was actually 50 degrees, and so I was wearing some knitting. So I was wearing my Breezy Cardigan by Hannah Fettig. I knitted out of Miss Babs, I think Katahdin, in the colorway Coffee Break, but I'll link the project so you can see all the details of that. I feel like this might be the last season for my Breezy Cardigan because I'm kind of like not feeling the colors of it so much anymore. They're not really me, like brown and navy. I'm definitely more of a gray and like cool tone kind of a person. So maybe I'll have to replace that with something here soon so I can still have a cardigan because I love the shape of it. I love the pattern a lot. I actually wore a hat this morning too. This is the Nautilus Hat. I had to look it up on my Ravelry page by Grace Akram. I remember knitting it from a magazine, like literally looking at the magazine pages to make this pattern. It was time consuming, but the result is really, really good. And it's one of my favorite hats, like to this day. I've had it for years. It looks like I finished it in July of 2015. So I've been wearing it for 5 years and I still really like it. So yeah, 50 degrees this morning. I was wearing this plain t-shirt and my cardigan, my wool cardigan and my hat, and I was toasty. Well, actually I was a little chilly, but it wasn't too bad. And then now it's like 80 degrees. So how is the weather where you are? I'm wondering if the seasons are changing or what's happening, but we're excited for Halloween. Can start the official countdown on Thursday when you're watching this, October 1st. So that's really exciting. All right, let's move into some whips here. I think let's start with my socks. So these are just some plain vanilla socks that I started for September. No, I'm not gonna finish them. I already know. Sunrise Fiber Company in the colorway Oregon Coast Sunset. Stop moving. There we go. And this is a sport weight yarn, which was unintentional, but that's okay. And I'm not gonna use it as an excuse, but I think that's what's slowing me down here because I can't just like work on them and do my row counts and know when to stop. I need to actually measure them. But that being said, they are super fast because they're only 44 stitches with the sport weight yarn. So I think I'm close to the foot on this. I need to get my little tool out. And then here's the other one. Oh, I haven't even worked on this one. This must be the one I did last week. You can see where my little corn dog marker is. Didn't do much on that. Did a lot on this, my glass football marker. That's an Ann Tudor marker. I think the corn dog is from Simply Serving. So yeah, that's how these are going. I got them stored in my, two of my patterns actually. This is the Float Tote, the smallest one. It's the 1 skein size, but I have 2 little 50-gram cakes in here and they're in my mini yarn cozies. So I thought that actually fit really well. So that's what I've been doing is carrying those around. I need to get them past the foot and the heel, and so I can just finish these little guys up. I really just need to do it. But now that I'm back to like kind of in the groove at school in the morning, like this morning I knit probably 1.5 inches. just because they're so fast while I was doing my morning duty. So I have like a thing of hand sanitizer tucked under my arm and I'm knitting. I have a different bag that I use clipped to my belt loop so that the ball of yarn can go in there, and then I just knit. Knit on my socks. When a kid comes, I get my hand sanitizer, pump it into their hand, and like go on. So that's been working out pretty well. Hopefully can get a lot more done on these now that I'm back in school and in those kind of like out and about situations that socks are perfect for. Next, I have my Weekender Light. This is what I've put most of my time into. It's in a really cute Halloween fall like Harry Potter bag from why do I always forget? The Ginger You, super cute. So I have made lots of progress. I had a goal when I first started this, like to finish it by October 9th. It's still possible, but I'm behind on like the pacing that I wanted to do. I really wanted to be doing sleeves this week, and as you're about to see, I'm not on the sleeves yet, but I am making a pretty fierce comeback from how far behind I was, because as of Saturday, I had only just finished the body, and then on Saturday, I got a lot of knitting done. So let me figure out how to hold this up for you guys. I've got 2 needles on here right now. Okay, so here's where I was last week on the body, my little pumpkin cookie. Turn around there. I keep putting these on. I think when I change the hardware, I've put the charms on the wrong way, so they like flip around. So yeah, that's where I was. So I finished, a couple inches of body, and then I started on the front, and I've done so much. Look, the front is actually just about completely done. I just didn't have the needle that I needed to finish like the bind off for the neck. Other than that, the front is done. So I've got my markers on there so I know where the neck is supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do for that. That's actually the right side right there with the purl and then the knit stitch down the middle. I love that. So now I've just started working on the back. I've already done a row or 2. And this feels so fast after working in the round, just like going back and forth on half the number of stitches. It feels really, really fast. I think I did most of the stockinette portion of the front during one hockey game, which is, 30 hours of knitting. Still a lot of knitting, but like that's not so bad. Like that's definitely an evening that I commit a lot of time to. I can do that. So we're gonna be watching some TV here later and relaxing, and well, not really, because we're gonna be watching the debate, so that's not super relaxing, but we are gonna be sitting on our couch for what feels like the first time in maybe 2 weeks, because we've just been out. Like it's been crazy going to my mother-in-law's, and I don't know, life has picked back up in almost full force, but I am excited to sit and do some of this to hopefully get myself to the sleeves maybe by the weekend. I feel like that's realistic for, working and doing other things that I need to do, but I'm still enjoying this pattern. It is, what is the pattern, you may ask? It's the Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. Written super well, super smart. I mean, I'm not surprised. Simple, but like has those just little things in it that make the finishing touches really, really beautiful, like the tubular cast on. There's also a Kitchener bind off to create the same effect, which I need to look up how to do. I think I've done it before, but like I know how to do the Kitchener to like put 2 pieces of knitting together, but in a single needle, I don't know if I've done that, at least not in a while. So I'm excited to do that. But yeah, just all kinds of clever stuff. Excellent pattern. I'm really liking it so far. Now I think once I join the front and back, the shoulder seams, I'm going to probably block it and try it on and just make sure that it fits, because I am really good at lying to myself about, if something fits, I'm like, it'll be fine, instead of just stopping and ripping it out or moving on to something different and coming back to it when it's not so heartbreaking that something doesn't fit. I've ripped a lot of things out. So I think it will be good to stop when it's like a fully assembled, basically like a vest, before I put all that work into the sleeves and make sure that I like how it fits, because I can totally block it. I'll be completely off the needle. So it'll be a great time to do that. So yeah, maybe I can get that done. So on the weekend, I have the brain space to do picking up the sleeves. I can get them both picked up. sounds like a pretty good plan. I think I'm going to go for that. So I better move my marker here so I know where I'm going, and then we can carry on with this. So this is my first garment for the fall. I am doing it as part of the fall garment make along, which I'll touch on in a little bit, but I do want to get it finished so that I can start another garment that will be part of this make along and the Pigskin Party. Again, I'll talk about that in news. So all kinds of make-alongs going on if you want to participate and just have like work on projects that you already want to work on, but also have community. That's kind of what these make-alongs are all about. So Weekender Light, oh, the yarn. This is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in Jackrabbit Heather. I am on my 4th skein, I think, because they're 50 grams. Let me see. I know there's 3 sitting right here. Here's a 4th one with no label on it for some reason. I don't remember why. So yeah, I'll probably not finish up all 8 skeins, but that's not too bad for a sweater. It's definitely really affordable. I did the math last week and I think it was like a $50 sweater, at least for my size in this pattern, which is not too bad for knitting. So if you're looking for some quality, affordable yarn, check out Knit Picks. I'm really liking the stroll, and it is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So it's a sock blend, but it doesn't look like sock yarn just because of the way that it's like spun, I guess. I don't know the reason why it doesn't look like sock yarn, but it's great for the sweater. Definitely has that like rusticy feel that the more expensive like alternative has. So I'm really pleased with it. It's nice and lightweight, which means it's not going to be like a just stretch out kind of a sweater. So excited to see how it actually does when I get it all finished. So speaking of projects that I want to cast on, I do have another sweater that I am already swatching for that will be cast on, well, I want to say after, but I might even cast it on before, like when it's a good time to cast something on, like on the weekend when I can, you know, think and then get it to a point where it's easy, kind of concurrent with my other project here. But I can't forget that October 9th is the West Knits Slip Stravaganza, and I want to be like cleared out and ready for that. So this sweater that I'm going to cast on won't be finished by any means, but I want it to be like, I'll just set it aside, I guess, because that shawl is going to take up most of my knitting time. I just know it is. They're always so huge, but it'll be worth it. So hopefully I can get the weekender off of the needles. Okay, I am swatching for my needles are going to keep clicking, a V-neck boxy. I already have a fingering weight boxy sweater that I knit about 6 years ago, I think, or maybe 5 years ago, and I love it, and I wear it all the time in the winter, and it's amazing. And I always have said I want to make another one, but you know, it's just like you want to try new patterns, but sometimes it's good to go back to what you love. With a twist though, I'm gonna make the V-neck fingering weight boxy because I think that will be really, really fun. And I just learned that if you've already purchased a boxy pattern from Helical and you go purchase another version, automatically it's 50% off. So I got this pattern for $3.50 or $3 and something, I don't know, which I thought was a really good deal. So her patterns are amazing, as well as Andrea Mowry's. So I am making a swatch. I just started it and I've stopped here because I'm actually doing a tutorial on how to do a swatch like this. So this is a swatch in the round, even though it doesn't look like it. You carry the yarn across the back to kind of like, you know, make it so that you don't have to use so much yarn or do so much knitting, but still knit in the round. And I'll explain all of that in the video. It's going to be Tuesday's video. I'll have a tutorial next week. So yeah, so that's what I was getting started here. So then I can just like work on this later tonight and get the other part of the tutorial finished for you guys. And as you can see, this yarn is curly because it has been ripped from something. It's actually been ripped from 2 somethings. I've tried to make 2 projects, 2 crocheted sweaters. Neither one has worked out for me. The second one, the one that I just ripped out, it's really because it like the length of the project has outrun the season. Like I was gonna make a tank and now I'm like, all right, it's almost October. I think I'm done with tanks this year. I can revisit next year. So now this yarn is like third time's a charm, hopefully, for it, because after that I don't have much willpower and it probably doesn't have much life left in it. So I really do like the yarn. It is Madeline Tosh Twist Light in the colorway Copper Pink, a color that I like very much and I think will look really pretty in the boxy pattern. It'll also be really easy to do helical knitting and blend all of my yarns because they are quite different, the Madeline Tosh yarns, and it'll be really easy to blend them. But this boxy actually starts at the top and top down, so I'll have to play with that. But yeah, I'm swatching. I might cast it on, I don't know, before I finish the weekender, but we'll have to see what happens. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you, especially right now, because I'm feeling like wrapping up at the end of the month, I'm a little lighter on like variety of what I'm working on. So I wanted to show you some yarn that I got that is going to be a design. I'm not going to tell you what the design is, but I will tell you about the yarn. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know the color, but I'll have to put it on the bottom of the screen for you guys. Okay, look at this beautiful yarn. This is from Farm Girl Fibers, who is Shauna, and actually unrelated, but also related, Shauna is a sponsor of the Fall Garment Make Along. So if you like this yarn, you can use her code. I think all the sponsors' codes, if they have one, if they're offering a discount, is FALLGARMENTMAL, and hers is either 10 or 15% off, but like check the Google Doc, I'll have it all linked below and it will have that information. Anyway, so this color I will have on the bottom of the screen at some point, and it's beautiful, and I am going to be crocheting a design with this. So I'm really excited about it. I need to, I've already made like the initial sample, and so now I just need to transfer that into the full-size item before I wind these up. I already got pictures of the yarn, so they're ready to be wound, and then I can actually start on that. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that. So yeah, that'll be coming here soon, at least the development of the pattern. I can't guarantee when the pattern is going to come out, but I think you guys are going to like it. I'm excited about it. So gotta roll with the momentum while we are excited. Okay, so that's all of the whips and future whips. So let's go into some questions. I just have a handful from the Ravelry group. So if you ever have any questions for me, feel free to add them to the Ask Me thread in the Ravelry group, Love and Stitches. It's linked down below. Or you can ask me on like Instagram or in the YouTube comments. Ravelry is the best place, but don't hesitate if that is not your thing. Okay. First question is from Stinkzilla. Hi Natalie, just finished watching both of your tutorials on helical knitting. I'm using it for the first time on a pair of toe-up socks. I'm at the point of starting the cuff ribbing and wanted to check something out. I'm planning on a 1x1 ribbing. On the first round that establishes the ribbing pattern, if my last stitch was a knit, do I purl or knit the first stitch after I slip 3 stitches purlwise? I'm guessing it should be a knit stitch, as the 3 slip stitches, had I knit them in pattern, would have been respectively a purl, a knit, and a purl, requiring the next stitch to be a knit. Let me know if I thought this through correctly. Thanks as always. Okay, so you heard me talk about helical knitting for the boxy sweater that I'm planning. Helical knitting is just a like fancy word to talk about a technique where 2 or more colors are knit in the round, like alternating. And you do this with a by slipping 3 stitches. I have a tutorial, I can link it for you, but it works really, really well when you're using hand-dyed yarns that you need to blend together. It also works well if you're striping 2 different colors so that you don't have that place at the beginning of the round where it like goes stair steps up and jogs. This just smooths everything out, and I learned it this year, I think this year, yeah, and I am enthusiastic about it still because it's an amazing technique. So I have the helical tutorial just for general helical knitting, and then helical socks. So both of those, I can link them. Okay, so if you are about to go into a ribbing pattern from stockinette, you're knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and you just ended with a knit. The next 3 stitches are going to be slipped, but they're still going to be thought of as the pattern that you had. So purl, knit, purl, and then the next stitch that you're actually knitting is going to be a knit stitch. So Yes, you are correct. You thought that through correctly, but it's always good to talk it out with other knitters just in case, right? Okay, next question is, or this is the last question, is from R.S. McLaurin. Hi Natalie, I love your podcast. The West Knits MCAL sounds like so much fun. I'm really hoping to learn to knit in the near future, but right now I only crochet. Do you know of any mystery make-alongs for crochet? Thanks, Becca. Okay, I love this question, Becca, because yeah, there's crocheters out there that want to do mystery shawl knit-alongs or mystery knit-alongs. I'm sorry, crochet-alongs. Oh my gosh, crochet-alongs in general. And I'm sure there are some. I don't actually know of any off the top of my head, but I bet we have some people out in the world that do know. So if you know of any mystery crochet-alongs, either that are coming up soon or that happen annually, two things: you can either let me know in the comments and I'll direct Becca there, or you can go to Ravelry and reply to Becca and let her know. Both places are actually good because that helps, you know, anyone else who's watching that's a crocheter and wants to do a mystery make along. That would be really, really fun. Okay, let's get into some news. So new video this week was on Saturday because it was a YouTube live, and this video was all about the Down Tiller Studio Pigskin Party make along. So the Pigskin Party is a make along that happens every single year during the NFL football season. It just started on September 28th and it goes all the way till like February 8th or something, you know, somewhere around the Super Bowl. But it is not hosted by me. It's hosted by Jen of the Down Tiller Studio podcast, which is an audio podcast I love. I've been listening to it for maybe 2 years now, I think, for a long time. And whoa, I just forgot like everything that I was gonna say. I must be getting really, really tired. really tired from work. Okay, Pigskin Party. So I'll have all the links to the Pigskin Party so you can like find details about it down below. But the gist is that you can make whatever you want during this make along period. It has to be a new project in order to count for points, and it only counts for points once you finish it. So like anything new you start after September 28th and then finish, you like enter it for points just as soon as you're done. It's really easy to enter for points because there is a Google form that you just fill out and it kind of walks you through everything. Now the way you get points is related to football, but you don't have to be a football fan like to participate. It's still just a really fun make along. So you get 7 points or a touchdown for every 100 yards of a project that you complete. And then after that, like if it's, you know, 230 yards, so you get 7 points for the first 100 yards, 7 points for the next 100 yards, and then 3 points a field goal for anything that is between like 1 and not like 99, basically left over, any remainder. So that's really, really fun. And then there's lots of things that go on throughout the 5 months that are like extra things. So if you want to, I think there's like a monthly challenge that you can do to get additional points. You can also use sponsor products to get additional points. So basically you can like just, you know, go along doing the regular knitting that you want, or you can try to like, you know, tweak your knitting and crochet and other spinning so that it fits some of the themes. I know you can do like team colors or something football related or a cozy. All those get bonus points. So I will have, again, the information linked if you want to go check it out. Don't get overwhelmed. It is really not too complicated. But yeah, let Jen know if you have questions. Let me know if you have questions because I'm happy to help. And I am a sponsor of the Pigskin Party, which means I'm going to be giving away some patterns. Jen is coordinating those like throughout the make along, but also if you use any of my patterns as part of your projects, you get some bonus points. So I can't remember how many it is exactly, but it is in the rules. And then additionally, football and cozies, football themed and cozies also count for points. So I have some football themed patterns and I have lots of cozies, so you guys can get extra points for that. I think 10 points, and you know, cozies are small, so super easy to make, good for Christmas. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So the boxy sweater that I'm going to cast on is going to be my like first project for the Pigskin Party because I haven't started anything new since September 28th. That was just on Friday. And this is gonna be a blitz project because it will be over 1,000 yards. At least I think that it's going to be. So if you have a project, one project that's over 1,000 yards, then in addition to all the points you get for like those hundreds of yards, each 100 yards, you get 500 additional points. So that's gonna be like a really big one for me. And then I also think the Stephen West shawl will be over 1,000 yards. So really excited about that. And if you're kind of wondering like, well, how do I figure out yardage and stuff? It takes a little bit of math, but it's not that hard. And I feel like if you estimate that would be okay. But you just, do what's true to you, because this is like an individual competition. So it does go towards like teams and conferences, but come on guys, it's just knitting. Be honest about it. So yeah, what I'm planning to do is after I'm finished with the project, I'm going to weigh my leftovers because I don't have anything big enough to weigh like the finished project. I know that would be more accurate. A lot of times, like for example, this is a 100 gram skein, but if I actually weigh it, it could be more or less than 100 grams. So, the best thing would be if I weigh them before and then I weigh them after and I subtract that, and then I do like a yardage configuration. So if I know 100 yards is 100 grams is 467 yards, then how many yards is this X number of grams, and do like the cross multiply and divide. I can actually show you guys if you want to see that. I can show that to you because I do this all the time when I'm writing patterns. Yeah, that sounds like something I should probably show you guys. It would make a lot more sense. I'm not really good at math. Actually, that's not true. I was really good at math when I was in middle and high school. I was just really good at like following the steps. Like, give me the steps, I'm doing the steps, I'm solving for X. I loved that all day. Don't make me think beyond that. But as far as like simple math right now, because I'm a reading teacher, I have to do the easy stuff. I have to do the routine stuff. So knitting math, I can do. Okay, so Pigskin Party, there's a live about it. You can find out way more information in that too. And it was just a fun knit chat YouTube live on a Saturday morning. So thank you guys if you came, if you were able to come. It was a lot of fun. We also have the Fall Garment Make-Along, which is one that I am hosting going on, and that is specifically a garment make-along. But for this one, whips count, any size garment counts, you don't have to finish, super casual. The details for that will also be linked. And we are kind of still in the first stage of this month. This segment is going to end on October 20th. Technically, I'll pull the prizes early on October 21st. So yeah, go and look at those prizes. It's on my Instagram, IGTV, and there's some really great ones, beautiful yarn, bags, just all kinds of really, really fun stuff. So all that information is down below. And everyone who won prizes for the August-September portion has contacted me, so yay. Those prizes are in the process of getting shipped off from the makers, so hopefully they should start arriving very, very soon. Okay, let's get into life. I'm gonna take this computer off of my legs. Oh no, now I'm caught up. I need a wireless microphone. That would be way, way easier. Okay, so life. Well, we are really, really sad today because last night was the last night of hockey for the season and our team did not win the Stanley Cup final. So that was really sad. But we have had a lot of fun over especially the last 2 weeks. Pretty much every other night we're going to either our friends or my mother-in-law's, or we've had people at our house, just a small group of friends, and we've been watching the games together. And I feel like that was just really important for us because coming off of all spring and summer long quarantine and just not really doing social things, it was like all of a sudden bam, something very social within a small group, but every other night, I don't know, I feel like we kind of really needed that. So I feel like it was just all the best of everything that it could have been, except for winning, which would have been really amazing. But it was a lot of fun. So now we're well, now what do we do that we don't have hockey every other night? So Kent and I are excited to have some time at home in the evenings to just I don't know. Kent likes to play video games. I like to knit. we like to watch TV. We just do normal things. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, and I am very much looking forward to it. What else is going on? Well, we're back into work. This is the second week back in the building. We have 3 grade levels at our school now, and I finally have a morning duty again because my job was 1st grade and they're back now. So that's why I get to knit on my socks in the morning and greet kids as they come in and give them hand sanitizer. So, you know, that's all going well. The only thing is that, like, as far as masks go, I am getting sore behind my ears. I have the old Navy masks and they have rubber to make the loop smaller, which I do need, or else they're way too big for me, and they're just starting to make my ears sore. So I know that I can get like the little things that go on the back of your head so that the loops go there. I know I can crochet and like sew a button, but I'm pretty sure I got rid of my buttons when I was purging, so I don't really feel like buying buttons. I don't know, I'll figure something out, or I'll just get used to it. It'll be fine. Or maybe there's something I can buy. That would be better. That would be better than me trying to make something right now, because I got plenty of things to make that I am way more excited about, and I would rather support one of you guys. So let me know. Let me know if you got any mask ear savers or whatever those things are called. Okay, I don't know if there's much else going on, to be perfectly honest. Knitting, cleaning my house, going to work. Yep, that sounds like about it. So as far as bringing me joy, definitely this fall weather. I feel like it's so early to get to wear knitwear and to get to wear my cardigans. Like I wore my like a cloud, I've worn a hat, I've worn another sweater. Last week I was wearing my short sleeved sweaters. Yeah, I'm really feeling happy about that. So I hope the weather keeps it up and just has like a really good period of like 2 months where it just gradually gets colder, and then we can have winter. And winter here is like, you know, 45 degrees and we're like, this is terrible. That's how winter is here in Texas, or in this part of Texas at least. Other parts of Texas, they get snow and it's like cold and stuff, but not here in Dallas. We don't know how to handle that. So I think that's everything. Yep, I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have that swatching in the round tutorial for you next week, a new podcast, more fun things coming for the fall. Be on the lookout, and I will see you very soon. Bye.